afternoon, everyone. This is Jared RAND, and welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Monday, June 3, 2024, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern. We're having a time for change call this Wednesday night, around 9:15 p.m. Eastern. We're going to unmask some things. We're going to reveal the buffoonery going on out there. We are a vessel. These bodies are a vessel. And some people have referred to them as meat sacks and bones and blood and what's in the body, and I'm not talking about the physical material, is a pure consciousness that is resident and is who we are. So when we leave the body, when we talk about we leaving the body stays here on this planet. It doesn't come with us. Okay? So you've seen a lot of, movies and, video reports and all kinds of stuff, right? We've seen those. We've all seen those. And they depict when we leave the body, we're the body. Have you noticed that? They depict that when we leave the body, we're the body. So the physical material body stays, okay? And, of course, is disposed of. But the God body that carries the body, and that's what we've been taught, that's the matrix. That's what the matrix is, to make everybody believe that you're the body. Okay? This is why so many of us gods don't have a clue. Because when you're disconnected from who and what you are, and you don't know who and what you are, you just you go through this cycle all the time. We are a ball of light. Pretty easy to understand that. We're a ball of light. We can actually take on anything. We can mirage things. I mean, we could appear to be a certain presence, okay? But we're balls of light. That's basically what we look like. We don't have angels' wings and fly around and all this stuff. We're balls of light. And all of the civilizations, and all that there is, ever has been, ever will be, ever beyond and forever, all the species, all the housings for us gods, what's in those are balls of light. Pure cosmic energy, pure, deep, eternal love light energy. That's exactly what we're made of. We're made of bliss, happiness, joy, contentment, peace, tranquility, all of those things. Inside, housed in this body. Isn't that interesting? And most of us have no clue about that, or where to begin about that. And when you think about it, this is why so many of the beings on this planet, they feel like they're lost. They don't know their way, because they're operating completely on physical material. They're operating by their master, the ego mind, across the board. Then when you add bicameralism on top of that, you see what we have. You see the things that have taken place, and not in judgment, but through the heart-mind, you can watch it and see it. On all of the turning and burning and shifting and reflecting. And if you notice that many of the beings on this planet are waiting for something. They're waiting for something. What are they waiting for? Well, if you're disconnected from the God, if you don't know that you're the God in the body and not the body, then you're drawn towards what? Something that the ego mind believes, someone, something that is good to follow, good to wait for that. Wait, it's gonna save you. You're gonna be saved. Now, when we look throughout the ages, whenever a civilization has done that, looking for a savior or somebody, someone or some being or something to make everything right. On one hand, believing that is fine because what you focus on, you create, right? This is why there's always someone that appears to say the one who saves the many. When more and more of us begin to, we move into consciousness, and we're aware that we're conscious beings, and that we start to become aware of many things, and decipher, so to speak, for ourselves, just exactly what all this outside of us is about. Because I bet you that you could walk up to, friend, stranger, acquaintance, and say to them that that everything you see out here, look at all those trees, and look at this and look at that. Do you know that you've created that? What do you think their response would be? Just for giggles. How would they respond? Well, I'm sure that many of us have gotten the proverbial, glare or stare or eye roll that, oh boy, here's a beanbag or Fruit Loop, right? But even though some people in this society may be completely unable to relax and trust this life, this is crucial for us in this transition time, this transitory time. Don't be offended by them. They are deeply unaware of their infinite spiritual nature, and they need you to help them find it again. Most people live in some energetic poverty, right? Because they are simply stuck in their minds, afraid of being responsible for the immensity of their life. So this spiritual connection is so huge that they would rather keep safe holding onto their limited excuses of what they cannot do, instead of facing the fact that they are actually creating everything in their lives. The spiritually awake being is the guiding light here to show others how to see their way through the dark. I don't know if some of you have been experiencing this lately, but people that maybe you've known for a while, it doesn't have to be 20, 30 years, but, a while, people that you've interacted with, done some form of business with, that they're revealing their true selves. Have you noticed that? Right? Where when you thought that they were, straight up and, people you could trust, they turn out to be the opposite. And you see it unfold in front of you. You actually see it without judging. You just know because all the pieces are presented to you. When one's own true nature is known, then there is being without beginning and end. It is unbroken awareness and bliss from Maharishi. See, all of us on this planet are moving to, I would say a lot of us, not all of us yet, But once you are aware of your unlimited spiritual nature, truly so, it is not your job to push this idea on anyone. You know how you can tell? This is how you can tell. I've had people ask me, how do you differentiate this? Okay. How do you know? When you listen to someone, okay, there's a lot of talking heads out there. And they're a certain way, in the beginning. They're a certain way, and it's palpable, it's believable on what they're saying. It sounds, it feels like a positive vibration. And then it doesn't take long, but then after a while, they go south with their comments and everything. Now, understand that ego mind is prevalent on this planet. It is absolutely prevalent. It is the main master of the beings of this planet. Ego mind is. So, what is the ego mind? Very insecure. Very insecure. Is it ever satisfied? Never satisfied. Okay. Does it know that you're a god in the body? No, it has no clue about that. It doesn't comprehend that. So it creates things constantly. All those 60,000 thoughts that just lambast us every day, those are thoughts coming in from the ego mind. That's what they are. They aren't our thoughts. Ego mind is always insecure, uneasy, not feeling, no, blah. What if this happens? What if that happens? That's the ego mind. So when someone starts to when they say things like they're the reincarnation of someone long past, okay, that's ego mind. Unmitigatedly, that is ego mind. When they have to say things like they're omnipotently powerful and they're this and they're that and they're connected to this, that's ego mind. Right? That's ego mind with a lot of bicameralism sprinkled in. So it's an education for those of us who are aware. It isn't a judgment, it's education. So it's a good thing and deeply grateful for it because it kind of lays the road work for us. And we want those that are actually in the heart mind that aren't in the ego mind so much at all, but mostly in the heart mind, to gravitate towards us, to interact. Because those of us who are in the heart mind and practice being in the heart mind as much as possible have what? Awareness, or they wouldn't be doing it. They're aware of their ego minds and what the ego mind is about. This is why they're visiting the now, meditating in the now, the present moment. So to negate the ego mind's interference, because it doesn't exist in the now. It will try to pull you out of the now. Okay, all the time. This is why you'll wander. It will wander off, and you start over. You just go back into the heart mind. And the ego mind comes in, and you start wandering off again, and then you start over. You keep doing that until you finally aren't interrupted by the ego mind. This is a way you can actually understand, comprehend who is really mastered by their ego mind. If you were 100% mastered by your ego mind, you would not come to this meditation. You wouldn't. Period. Ego mind wouldn't want you to. It'd do everything to keep you away from it. Why? Because you'll discover who and what you are. You'll also discover that the ego mind is an illusion. Boom. Now, you think it wants that to happen? Heck no. It wants to be your master forever until you leave the body. And for most people, that's how it rolls out. That people will be in these bodies and then leave the body with the ego mind fully in mastership and control. This is where we must choose to leave that philosophy, that understanding. Leave it. And of course, it's not going to happen in 2 days. We all know that. But at least we've decided to do so. We're not, we're not entrapped. We know that. We know we create our own jail around our hearts. We know we create everything in our lives. And some of them we don't know why. It's like, okay, why is this happening? This is what I do. When things happen, instead of, you'll have some irritation at the beginning, and then you'll go, all right, I got to sit down with this. I want to sit down with it and find out why it's here, why I am interacting and experiencing it. And that then it turns into a positive because it's teaching you something. It's teaching you something. And it also helps you to direct your frequencies to attract those that are on the same page as you. That, whatever it is, whatever it may be. That understand it, that don't have limitation, that don't have expectation, that don't have attachment. That's all ego mind, every single bit of it. And this is why this civilization, or this species, however you want to label it, that the beings on this planet, this is why there's so much wandering, unknowing. And how is that perpetrated? Well, it's because most of us are taught everything. The things that we're taught are all false. And it's not the people teaching us, because that's what they were taught. And I've said this before, and then that's what they were taught, and so on and so forth. All wrong. It is. It's like on this planet, physics is completely wrong. Zero. It's absolutely dead in the water. Physics. So what we're doing as a civilization, some of us are, is unraveling. You ever had, I'm sure we've all experienced this, where, I used to, years and years ago, I used to decorate. I would do all the decoration for my mom's front yard and backyard, but mostly windows in the backyard, which I enjoyed doing because she used to do that all the time. And then when she got a certain age, I did it. But, you decorate, the Christmas lights and the figurines on the lawn, all that stuff. And you get a ball, right, of Christmas lights. And they were put away from the year before. But they have a mind of their own. They get all tangled up. Big time. It's almost like energies do that. It's really strange. No matter how careful you are, they get bundled up. Drop around a box, maybe you move a couple times, so on. And you sit there, and it's tedious work of unraveling them. Right? Now, obviously, they have the winders and everything, but I've had the situation where the winders broke or cracked, and then the cords started mingling, so to speak. And so you work on it, doesn't it seem like forever? You're getting nowhere, and you're going, geez, is it even worth it? Maybe I should just chuck it and get a new set, right? But no, you eventually get it all undone, and you complete it. Well, it's kind of like that on this planet with the ego mind, because once you start revealing what it really is, it's there as a teacher for us, and to show us things. And most, what do you think happens when most of us don't know that? So we live it. We live other people's thoughts. Most of us don't know how to manifest and are afraid of meditation. That's the truth. Why? Well, it's because meditations for thousands of years on this planet have been twisted and shifted and, over. It's like, it's almost similar to many other things like religion and how religion's gotten out of hand, and over 60,000 religions on this planet, and it's kind of, that's how it unwinds, so to speak. And then we take it upon ourselves and we make a commitment to ourselves that I'm going to find out what I am in this body. And then we're on that path, and then we start identifying the ego mind and what does it contain? What's it about? And then we understand that we don't have expectations or attachments really on anything, because if we do, then the ego mind is mastering us. That's it. See, these are all things that we learn. It's a positive base, because then you know that, okay, I'm thinking this, and it could be a thought that you go, wait a minute, this is not my thought. This is an ego mind thought. And it fades away. It just goes poof. But it's not like just one. It's just, they just keep coming and coming and coming and coming and coming. And you just have ego mind. And you choose, you pick what thought you do want to embrace, bring into your reality and experience it. See? We're energy. And we attract energy. And we move energy into forms. And those forms, like if you have a thought, you take that thought and the energy moves into form, comes into your reality, and you experience it. Everything's energy. We all know that. Okay? So, how can energy cease? Because we've been taught that, because energy ceases, right? Like a battery, right? Battery has a life cycle. Use a battery, and then it's exhausted, and then you dispose of the battery, and you get some new battery. Where does that energy go? Well, it's burned up. No, it's not. It's used for specific things until the capacity of that device no longer can hold it. Then it's gone. It's in the atmosphere. A lot of people believe that that we lose our power. I've heard this conversation a lot. Oh, if you get around this, you do this, you'll give away your power. You've heard that term, right? Don't give away your power. And you're not giving away your power. You've just decided not to use it. That's a much better interpretation. You don't ever give away your power, because you are the power. You are supremely powerful, divine, perfection being that never dies. You don't diminish. See, you don't use all your power and then you're nothing and then you're done. You are the power. You do not get drained. Physically, material, physical, you feel like that at times. You feel like, oh God, I feel so drained. I don't know why. Why am I so drained? You ever done that? And you go, well, I'll look at the day. I didn't do anything that I don't normally do. Why am I? And the ego mind kicks in. Oh, maybe there's something wrong that's coming on. You see how that works? Oh, and then you worry, stress, and fear that there might be something physical wrong. And whatever you focus on, you create. You look at this and you say, I have to be mindful of my thoughts. I want to be mindful of my thoughts. So, and it isn't like, oh, that's micromanagement. No, it's that you'll know through your heart mind that when these thoughts come in, you will know that it isn't your thought, that it's an ego mind thought. You'll feel it, see? You'll sense the energetic frequency, and you'll know it's not yours, and you know that you're uninterested in engaging or embracing it. You'll just pass through you. That's where every worry, stress, and fear comes from the ego mind. That's it, period. What does the ego mind do? It keeps us in yesterday and tomorrow. That's where we reside, as long as it's the master. And what do most of us do? We think about yesterday, and we think about tomorrow. And actually, we're right in the now when we do this. And the majority of the people on this planet do that. They're not in the now, they're in yesterday or tomorrow all the time. This is where the worry, stress, and fear comes in. Because the unknown is tomorrow. Okay? And rather than being in the now, we're always in tomorrow or yesterday, all the time. But when we choose to be in the now, we know how to do it. We know how to be in the now. Not complicated, is it? You get into a comfortable position, you relax the body, and you lean, you relax into the body, where you just let go and just keep easing into the body. A natural relaxation. And then you focus on your breath rising and falling. That's the now. Moment to moment to moment. Quiet time of this meditation. Start to understand, if you don't already, even if you do, but even more, you are the master, not the ego mind. You are the master. You always have been the master. Okay? It's just that so many of us don't know that. We have no clue that that's the case. We feel there's a power outside of us that controls us and directs us. And actually that power is within us, not outside of us. And you'll see it, you'll experience it. Things will shift frequency-wise for you. And you'll notice it. You'll feel it in the heart mind. You will start to feel it's kind of a bliss, little bit, that starts bubbling up. And there's no reason, most people say, oh, there's no reason for me to feel this way. Oh, yes, there is. You're beginning to discover who and what you are in this body. That's what you're doing. That's what we're all doing that choose to do this. We don't have to do it. We don't have to do anything. But we choose to do it. Because something, what is it? What is it? It's the God within us saying, don't you believe and think and feel that it's time that you increase your vibrational frequency, and only you can do it. I can help. And you get to a point where everything transcends. You start attracting all this wonderfulness. You start attracting high energy, good energy, high capacity. But when you're in the ego mind and all these distractions are going around outside there, it persuades people to do more of it, to go more into that muck and goop. And this is why it's so difficult for us to differentiate between that. Say, well, this is the way life is, so I'll grin and bear it, right? Or better yet, I have the power to shift my frequency and have this all work out, to have it all smoothly transition through the universe. And see, that's a higher vibrational frequency, and your belief is that it will. Have you ever said to yourself, and this shall pass as well? and it will end well. We've been so conditioned to exist in a low negative frequency. Why? How do you know that? Because you can look around through this life alone that you're in now on how people, look at society, how it gravitates towards lower frequencies. And why is this? Why does that happen on this planet? Because the majority of the population doesn't have a clue of who and what it is in these bodies. Zero. Complete. Doesn't have a clue. Not a negative. It's just not their time. It just isn't their time. How many lifetimes do you believe that any of you have had to date to even be at this stage of your God development? I mean, seriously, how long? How many lifetimes? You'd probably be blown away. All of you have had thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of lifetimes just so you get into this lifetime and you begin to become aware, and then that blossoms into what? To go within. Your childlike curiosity. I want to know who and what I am in this body. I'm not going to just take it for face value and say, oh, that's cool, that's neat. I want to know. And I am motivated to follow the paths, to take the paths that will open that up for me. And I am not afraid of discovering any of the dark parts within me as well, because I will embrace them just as fully as I do the good parts. I will forgive myself across the board. Therefore, I will have no guilt. You see how this works? We have been mired in the ego mind for so long, so many thousands of lifetimes, that some of us have now come full circle to understand all of the answers that I have sought in all these lifetimes are within me. And I never knew it until now. When I pray to the God that I am, not a God in the sky with a lightning bolt that's going to be punish you and be very vengeful. You see how things have been, programmed? I'll join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us out. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. An easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still. To be spiritually awake means you are fully present in this eternal celebration of life in each moment. There is no judgment about good, bad, or right, wrong. You are simply in a state of awe and gratitude for what is. This is a completely effortless task. Yet even effortless is too much a word to truly discover it. Go about your day even more freely, lightly, and effortlessly than you ever have in your entire life. Make celebration of existence the number one commitment throughout today. Take this with you for the rest of the day into the evening and night, the following morning. We will return here Tuesday, June 4, 2024, a little after 3:15 p.m. Eastern, to continue our global guided meditation call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times. No matter what's going on around you or within you, open your heart and let the magic flow in.